everyone, and welcome to Shit Moms Won't Say. My name is Jess Ader-Ferretti, and tonight I have on someone who, when I referred to her as a military wife 2 seconds ago, she said, ugh. She's also a student, the ultimate jump girl, the first person who I am literally filming at night with, Michelle Brady.
Hello.
And did I mention mom of 2? I probably did not mention mom of 2, but she wouldn't be on the show if she wasn't a mom, because y'all bitches suck. Hello, my sweet friend. Thank you for coming over. We are drinking a little bit this evening. 6 feet away. Cheers.
Cheers.
Is that? I don't know if that's COVID legal. We're not sure. So I want to level set on our friendship a little bit. Let's do it. So one of the first times we hung out, because you were living halfway across the country.
Yes.
You came on into New York, and we had. It was a sex toy party at my house.
We did.
We had a sex toy party at my house. So I'm gonna give you. It's a one-question quiz.
Yeah,
I
like quizzes.
Well, I hope you like this quiz, and I hope you get it right, because
I'm so scared.
Okay. So we had a sex toy party at our house. We had a very loud instructor. She was very excited. And at one point, she took out a giant dildo and stuck it to my refrigerator. Do you remember what it was called?
I don't. And I don't know if I want. Do I? Tell me what it was called.
It was called the Bum Diggity.
I failed this quiz, but I'm kind of glad that I did, because that's...
If you remembered, I would have been like, she went back and purchased it.
No, honestly, I didn't remember. And I don't know if you need a dick on your fridge, but...
I
like
personally do not need a dick on my
definitely
fridge.
don't.
No, I don't. Well, thank you for
Lesbian
being
joke.
here.
No,
Lesbian joke.
no
I haven't had an episode that's lesbian joke free yet.
Yeah, well,
I think everybody's attacking me.
it's too easy.
Yikes.
Too easy.
Yikes. Let's jump into the Big Mom 3, my friend.
Do it.
Let's do it. So, first question. Did you always know you wanted to be a mom?
I did, but I didn't always know I wanted to have my own biological children.
So you thought about adopting?
I knew I wanted to adopt. I hope to adopt my 3rd child, was what I should say.
I love that.
But I always thought I was going to adopt, and then Jack happened.
Happened.
Yes. Which was a blissful accident. And then
He's very
Evelyn.
cute.
He is. Very adorable.
Jack and Evelyn. Very, very cute names. Okay, so we're still thinking about adoption.
We are.
Always knew we wanted to be a mom.
I did.
Terrific. I feel like you're going to have a really shady answer for this next question.
I am.
You do, because you know what it is. Okay, so what is the most backhanded or shittiest piece of advice you've ever gotten from another mother? And please shout it from the rooftops.
So, I thought about this very much. And I'm not going to say what you think I'm going to say, because I know you're going to think I'm going to come out here with some shit mom said to me. And a few years ago, when Jack was a baby, he's 4 now, a few years ago I would have said something. I would have said something that some grandma said to me at the supermarket yesterday that was ill-informed and stupid and wasn't asked for. But after being a mom for 4.5 years, which feels like forever, but it isn't.
That's a long time.
I also have realized that I really believe 98% of the time people are coming up to you and giving you advice because A, they miss being a mom, and they're reminiscing when they see you with your child. So maybe they're seeing something that you're doing and they say a piece of advice because in their brain they're reminiscing of their own children. Or, you know, they see something and something has happened to a friend or to them and they give you advice. So there's nothing that stuck out in my head that was so super bitchy or mean for me to say, because I truly feel 98% of the time people are just trying to be helpful. And even if they're not, let's just say that it's just so misguided and doesn't apply to anything. All you have to say is just like, oh yeah, thanks, and move on. I just really feel like most older moms who are giving advice, or other moms, just miss that and try to project onto you. So I don't have anything like super bitchy to say, because I like getting advice from other people, even if I don't like that advice.
That is literally the nicest answer I've gotten so far.
It's the truth, I feel.
That's very nice. I am a little disappointed that
I know.
It wasn't
I knew that you would be.
Thank you.
But I also would be lying if And I think everybody is lying if you don't look at a mom sometimes and you're like,
oh my god,
what
no,
are you
and
doing?
listen, I hope that nobody out there is like, oh, Jess is like a saint.
Yeah,
I
or
couldn't
like you
figure it
have
out.
shit figured out, because
No.
nobody does. And
No.
I'm not going to sit here and be like, I never judge anyone, because I definitely
I
do.
judge constantly.
Yeah.
I think my judgment is almost of other people's judgment, though. Like,
You're
that's where
judging
my
yourself
judgment
by
comes in
judging
hard.
somebody else. Almost.
Absolutely, which
Yes.
makes me no better.
Exactly.
But
That's
you know.
how I feel, but
Okay.
I definitely look at people, I'm like, why would you ever? And I have, like, examples running through my mind that I could, like, go off on, but I won't.
You won't.
But, like, dirty babies, like, I can't. That's just something I can't. These are things, like, major things where I'm like, why? Like, not like a mess on their face babies, like, have you had a bath?
No, like a neglected,
babies?
unbathed
Yeah.
baby.
Things like that, where I'm like, what are you doing? But I do
Okay.
judge people.
Sure. I think it would be, like, unnatural if you did.
But I think most people, I don't know.
No, that was a really nice answer. I've gained
You
a new
hate that
level.
answer.
I don't hate the answer.
It's fine.
I've gained a new level of respect for your wild maturity in your
Thank you so much. I'm
old
like
age.
30 now, yeah.
30. Me too.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question of the Big Mom 3.
Mm-hmm.
What is a special skill or like superpower that you had before becoming a mom that you feel has really helped you as a mom?
My superpower. I would probably say, I keep looking at the camera and I can't help it.
No, look at it. Say hi. We can
Hey.
wave.
I
Look,
would
it's all
probably
of our
say
fans. Don't worry.
perception. Only because, like, I think I can really look at what, why somebody else would feel a certain way, even though it may not make sense to me. So I think with my kids, that's really helpful, because a lot of the time I'm like, why are you acting this way? And although sometimes their behavior, like, regardless of the reason, is inappropriate, I can maybe, like, backtrack and be like, this is why they feel this way, let me fix that thing, or try to help them work through that thing. Although they're 4 and 2, like, how much are we working through? But
Yeah, I
like,
think
Jack
I think
has,
that's
like,
really
a lot
helpful.
of anxiety. So I think, like, me being like, okay, if I was 4, what would cause me anxiety? Like, going through there.
Stepping on Legos.
Stepping on Legos doesn't bother him, but, like, not explaining to him what you're gonna do before you do it will, like,
Throw him off.
he goes crazy.
That's
Or you
he's
take a
probably,
different
like, an
way.
intuitive kid, though. Like, he sounds like he's just
Yeah.
like a smart,
He's
intuitive
smart,
kid.
but he's also anxious,
Yeah.
you know?
Okay.
And I think it's like,
Those are good answers.
yeah.
You keep looking at me like you're I'm questioning your
I think
answers.
I'm questioning myself in my head.
Because
like,
you're upset that you didn't give me a shitty answer for the second
I
question.
can't. I literally can't. I
Then
like thought
don't.
about it
Then
for so
don't.
long.
It wouldn't be real. And this
That's
show
real.
is 100% real all the time.
100%.
100% and unedited. So now you've shared a little love-hate relationship that you have with
Oh,
me
yes.
prior to this episode, and I think it's very funny. And I think that
Let's do it.
as I'm slowly becoming a YouTube sensation,
It's coming. It's getting there.
and I don't give a fuck if it ever does. This is just for fun, and I like talking to my friends. Michelle cares. She wants me to be internet famous. I don't give a shit. A little shit. You have like a real love-hate relationship with these YouTube moms. Like, you were going off. You're like,
I do.
these bitches make a lot of money and they get
I think I'm
sexy
jealous.
makeup.
I'm genuinely jealous because they do what everybody else does and get fucking paid for it.
What
and, like,
would you do?
Why
What's
would
your
I-
like YouTube
my YouTube?
superpower?
I don't have one, but like I know that you can make a lot of money cleaning, and you do that every day anyway. You know?
That's sick though. Like, and
I
you
can
said
get
like
pregnant
you watch it, so
I
you can
do.
get pregnant.
You can get pregnant.
I
I
think
don't know
that's
if I would
called
want to, but
porn. If you put
if you put that
pregnant
physical act,
on
probably
the internet.
maybe it's like pregnancy porn. Like, people love watching people be pregnant. Let's be honest, people love it. People love a belly.
I don't want to watch that.
You're not a pregnancy fan.
I mean, I don't like hate
You don't think it's
pregnancy.
beautiful?
It's not.
It's fine.
I know. I think
hate
pregnancy.
being, I literally fucking hate
You hate
being
being pregnant.
Yeah.
No, I love my wife being pregnant. I'm never like, I don't see another pregnant woman and I'm like, ugh. Like, I don't like gush over them. Like, that's part of the reason like I didn't want to carry, because I couldn't stand anybody like gushing over
Yeah.
my like belly.
People love it.
I couldn't stand
You
it.
could make, and people do make an entire career over it. I love it. I love that you can make money doing whatever you want to do. Like OnlyFans, that's like the most amazing thing to
Oh my
me.
god.
I love
that's
that.
maybe something that We should get it
Would
too.
never ever do it personally. Mostly for a lot of reasons. I would never do it personally.
For the
but
fans out there, go ahead. What is it?
A lot of things. You know, like, like,
Michelle,
you know,
I just
like
slapped a fake dildo on my wall.
like,
Shout out what
like
OnlyFans.
reputation, right? Like I mean, there's a lot of reasons why I wouldn't want to do OnlyFans.
No,
like
I'm
mostly
saying
everything.
call out what OnlyFans is.
Oh, sure. It's when you post your naked pictures on a website, and men and women subscribe to them and pay you to look at your naked body.
Well,
Which we've all done for free, let's be
Sure.
honest. So let's just like make
if we need this to take off, that might be my next step. We'll see. A fully naked
we'll see
episode.
how Katie feels, but
She won't
we'll
care.
ask her later.
She's just happy I'm busy, honestly.
Want to read my book?
I just want to read my book.
Yes.
So you mentioned, like, you asked me, like, do you, like, love pregnant bodies? So I think that, like, something that goes along with that, and follow my, like,
I'm following
windy
your
path.
road.
Something that a lot of people are like, oh, it's the most beautiful thing in the world, is breastfeeding. See, you followed me. Immediately you got it. Thank
I'm
you
here.
so much. You're right here. Thank you, girl. You, like, fucking hate breastfeeding.
I do.
You did it.
I did it. I did it for 6 months with each baby. It was easier with my daughter than it was my son, but I treated my PPD earlier with my daughter than I never did with my son. So I think that's why I still hated it. And I think that it's beautiful, and I think that attachment comes out of it and all those fun things. I also think attachment comes out of, like, not breastfeeding, but
Just being around your kid
just
and
like
being a mom.
being like present as a person. But neither here nor there. I know I'm gonna get shit for this. I hate breastfeeding.
No one watches the show, don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
no one's looking.
Yeah.
Like your nipples bleeding? Why? I feel like that's wrong.
Wouldn't be me. Wouldn't be me having
Why
bloody
would
nipples.
you do that?
Well, I believe your exact words were, Jack got a tooth, and you were like, bye.
No, yeah, and they're cracked and they like leak everywhere. You can't go forget exercise. If you're exercising while you're breastfeeding, you're a super person because you're leaking everywhere. It's just the most horrendous experience for me personally, and I hated being pregnant.
You hate being pregnant.
I hated, yes.
What
I
did you
hated it.
hate about being pregnant?
The only thing, I will tell you that the one thing I liked about being pregnant was like when I was completely by myself on the couch and the baby would move around and I had like a moment to be like, wow, cool. But if I was out and about and the baby would move, or I don't know, it felt like an alien to me.
You felt like
an
you lost your
invasion.
body a little bit?
I mean, you
But, like-
lose your body.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean, it's like an alien invasion. And your feet are huge, and it's just, your hair, I mean, my hair fell out. Everybody else's hair gets great, but my hair fell out.
But I know a lot of people whose hair fell out after.
Yeah.
Yours fell out during.
And after, yeah.
And after.
It was just horrible. I love my children. It makes me seem like I don't love motherhood. I personally think that I'm a good mom.
You are
I
a good
do.
mom. You're a great mom.
I do my best. And I love being mother. It's like probably more of the definition of me than it should be. But I hated the process of
I understand. More of you than it should be, but you are, in fact, going back to school.
yeah, to be a surgical technologist.
Now,
That's the
tell
most
me,
boring thing I've ever heard.
well, it's only boring to me because I don't know what the fuck it means.
So basically, you're just like a surgeon's bitch. Like you dress.
So when
a
they're like,
surgeon.
scalpel, you hand them something?
You do.
You
and
dress them? Like
you
one of
do.
these guys?
You do. Yes. Yes. And it's like 12 months, and you make good money afterwards, and. You know, I'm at the point in my life where I'm just like, fuck it. Let me just make money.
And you know what's great? You sound
Go to
really
Disney
passionate
World.
about it.
I do like caring about people. I have worked in the healthcare field before, but I'm not like.
That's the quote.
I
I
just-
do like caring about
I
people.
do. I care about people, but I think you get to a point in your life where you just like, I don't know. You don't care anymore. You're just like, I'd shovel shit if I made enough money.
I don't fucking care.
You don't care.
I don't know.
Who, like, I mean, how many people are like, I love my fucking job. I just
love
want
my
enough
fucking
money.
I love my job.
You do?
I do. I love my job. It's not this, by the way, for everyone out there. This is not my living.
I don't have
Thank
a
you.
job.
Cheers.
I
Could you
want-
imagine? Yeah, I do. I love my job.
It
I'm
does
very
happen.
lucky.
Yeah,
But I
you
know
are.
I know that's not the norm.
It isn't the norm.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I won't love my job, because I probably will. And
Yeah.
I love caring about people. I love a hospital environment, even like during COVID, which is crazy.
You do? do?
I do. I love a hospital. There's nothing more dramatic than a hospital. I mean, the whole thing.
Oh, we're like Grey's Anatomy-ing this.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's not like total Grey's Anatomy, but there is like Grey's Anatomy-esque things that happen for sure.
Okay.
Super fun. But yes, I'm going to be a student, and my husband deploys at the end of September to Africa.
Which is wacky. So, and like, I know when you're like military mom, you're like, oh god, like, fuck that.
I just hate being defined as a military anything.
And I would never
just
define you as a
kinda-
military anything. You're
It's
not
just
militant
bleh.
enough.
But, I met some great people in the military. There's amazing people. I won't get too political, but there's amazing people.
Sure.
And,
Well, and like when you and I first met, I think your husband was, you were living in New Mexico.
I was.
You were living like across the country.
I was.
And we met through a mutual friend. Maybe you guys know her. She's been on the show.
If
Katie
you
Casson.
watch religiously,
If you
which
watch
you should.
episode 2. No,
Anyways.
episode 3? Episode 3. I don't know. She was on the show. But so we met through Katie, and your husband was in New Mexico, and now he's being deployed.
Yes, he's now, he works for, I probably shouldn't say, but he has a regular person job, and he also is in the National Guard. And so the National Guard kind of like work 1 weekend a month, and then you still are active, like you deploy. So he's going to Africa. I don't know if I should even say that. I won't tell you where.
Within 10 minutes, she's going to be like, and it's in this place, and here.
I shouldn't say these things. He's
Yeah.
going to murder me, but he won't do that.
No,
I shouldn't
think
edit
so.
it.
No,
Edit
he's.
that out.
Well, so but let's talk about it, right? So you have like kind of done the single mommy thing with a husband, which is rare though. Like it's not rare in like a military setting, but like
In normal
it's a different situation.
Which I feel so ridiculous complaining about because I did it for like 3.5 years, and most of these women do it for like their whole lives. But I can
your
tell you, my
son is 4,
Yeah.
so you did it for most of your son's life.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
So I have like minimal experience, but I think enough experience to be like it sucks.
Okay.
But I will tell you, like, COVID drove everybody crazy, and I was like ready for that shit. Like, I was like, I know how to do this. Everybody was like, where are my friends? Where are my family? Can't wait to get rid of my kids. I was like, get rid of your kids where, honey? It's you. So I was like ready to, it was normal to me. It was like the parks that really drove us crazy, because usually we're like outside all the
You're
time.
outside doing stuff.
Yeah.
What's like, aside from him being away, obviously, what's like the most difficult? Well, let me rephrase. So he's here now. He's going to be deployed.
Yes.
What's like the biggest difference of him being here versus being away versus having 2 sets of hands? I mean, minus having 2 sets of hands.
You know what it is? That time.
That time. Why?
With the 2 kids. Because, my son's like super attached to my husband, the man, whatever. And then my daughter's really attached to me, so it's like, I think bedtime is going to be the most difficult, but in the end, I think it's just routine. Like, I think they'll miss him for the first few weeks, and then routine will happen, and then it'll be fine, and then I think when he comes back, it will be really shitty, because it'll just be like, what the fuck, you were gone, and now you're back. So I'm afraid for the first, 3 weeks,
Yeah.
and then when he comes home.
How long is he gone for?
5 months.
5
which
months.
is not that bad.
No, it's not great.
It's not like my favorite thing, but it's not like
You're like
the worst
hesitant to complain about it, and this is
I don't-
This is a
yes.
safe complaining space all
thing.
the
No,
time.
it's not even that. It's just like why I feel as though I'm living with my mom right now because we didn't want to buy a house until after he came back from deployment, and then I got accepted to school, so we don't want to buy a house till after September. So my mom is like a literal angel on this planet and lets us live with her. Like my dog, my husband, and my 2 children, and me. And I feel like, why would I complain? There's nothing to complain. Like, I'm gonna miss him, and it's really sad, but it's also like, I don't know.
No, it's like it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Like it's
I mean,
the
this
situation
is the shit
you're
you
in.
just go through in life. In life, there's gonna
Yeah.
be.
But like you have a great attitude about it. A lot of people don't. So your attitude of like this is what
today I
it
do,
is.
but tomorrow if you talk to me, I might have a different attitude about it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm glad I'm talking to
Yeah,
you
like
today.
today's great.
This is not like a 2-day filming schedule. We have
But
one
I'll-
night together. That's it. So, speaking of, like, motherhood and husbands and all that good stuff, and this is sort of my last, like, sad topic, and we'll just kind of see where it goes.
Okay.
You mentioned, like, you did suffer quite a bit from PPD after both children. And it's the type of thing that, like, is really not normalized, even though every fucking post on the internet will be like, no, let moms talk about their PPD, postpartum depression. Let moms talk about it. It's normal. It's this. It's that. And then the second a mom's like, I'm waving my hands. I need help. People are like, well, you'll get it.
Well, I think also older generations, they never talked about people. Like, that was never a thing that they talked about. So, like, when I talked to my mom or my grandma about it, they were basically like, go back to work, or
distract yourself.
Go take care of your other kids. Like, welcome to this world. And then they just kept going. And who knows, they still might be suffering from PPD now. Who the fuck knows? Would you get PPD by not carrying the kid under? Could you get that?
So it is a thing, like, that the non-caring partner can, like, suffer from PPD.
100% did.
Yeah.
Like, went through the time too.
It's hard not to, just because it's such a shift.
Literally, your entire life changes. Yeah, and you think you're ready for it, but you are quite literally never ready for it. And that's also fine. And it doesn't feel that way forever, and don't be afraid of medication. And you didn't lose. Nobody's counting, and nobody cares if you are taking a little blue pill. I just want to tell you that. Because I went through the first year of Jack's life, and to this day, right now, he's 4 years old, it's a complete blur to me. His whole year of life, because I was just so fucked up. I was not right. And am I allowed to curse? Yeah,
shit called Shit Moms Won't Say.
That's true.
Somebody else said that, and I just, like, screamed out a bunch of curses to show that you could, but same joke twice isn't funny. Yeah.
But, yes. So then my daughter was born, and I was picking up Jack's, like, Jack was 2 at the time, and I was picking up Jack's, like, play food in his kitchen. And I just, like, I was hysterics. I couldn't get up from the floor. And Alex took Evelyn, Jack was napping, took Evelyn, left, tried to get her to sleep. She was a terrible sleeper. I just got her to sleep normally. She's 2. And, which I shouldn't even say.
Yeah, not good.
And he called my doctor. And he said, my wife has postpartum depression and you need to help her, and she's never going to ask anybody for help. So he's still gone, and the nurse calls me and she's like, I have a very close relationship. The doctors in New Mexico every experience I've ever had with them is amazing. The nurse was like, Michelle, don't get mad, but your husband calls. And I was like, oh yeah?
Is he doing something nice?
Yeah. I was like, what? And she was like, you need to come in, and we need to get you on something because you can't live your... She was so nice and talked me through the whole thing. And it was really hard accepting that you need something.
Yeah.
I probably have needed something even before that, but I think hormones just threw me so over the edge. And yeah, I mean, PPD sucks. You feel guilty about it for the rest of your life. Well, so far I have felt guilty. I'm assuming I always will.
Oh, that's good. No, you should set yourself up for that kind of failure. I hear
yeah,
that's, like,
I
really
don't think it's failure though. I think that you're just
to feel guilty
your
forever
life.
is not good. You don't have to, what are you feeling guilty about? It's such a, like, natural
That's
thing.
what I'm saying. It is natural, but it's also natural to feel guilt. I think. I don't think negative feelings are like the worst thing in the world to feel. What is so wrong with feeling guilty sometimes? Like, I really wasn't the best person I should have been for my son then, but now I am. And why should I feel bad about that? Because that's the truth. It's accepting my reality, and that's okay, and that's the only way you can, like, really truly move on from it. It's not like I wanted to be that way, or that I wanted to live in a blur.
Yeah.
Of course not.
The
reality is I did.
You did.
And did I have control over it? No. But it happened. And does he know the difference? No, probably not. But I do. And that's okay.
Well, I think that's a cool attitude to have, because, like, and I think I mistook your saying, like, I'm gonna feel guilty for the rest of my life,
like beating myself up. No.
And you're not. You're just accepting of, like, this is something that happened.
Yeah.
I moved past it.
Yeah.
I still feel bad about it.
I do.
But, like, we're over it as a family. I think that's great.
We're good.
You're cool shaky, Michelle Brady. Good for you.
I know.
Good for you. You should write a book.
We's doing it.
We's doing a damn thing.
I don't have time to write a book, babe.
What
Maybe when I'm
got
like
a lot going on.
65 or something.
When you're
and
65,
I'm like,
I'll read your book.
Right,
When you're
like
65, I'll be 112, so I'll read that book.
yeah,
okay?
that's like about our age difference.
That's the age difference. It's not a mere 4 years. But fuck you very much. Anyway, let's start to wrap up. This was like pretty painless. Michelle was like, here's the requirement. I will do it, but we will be drinking. I was like,
needed a
okay.
glass of wine.
You need a
It
glass of
helps.
wine. This is not scary. We're sitting in my backyard.
It's not scary.
Right now that you're like,
It was more serious than I had taken a bargain for.
you're not
actually.
that funny.
This bitch. Thank
Damn.
you.
Damn. Come on, you're funny as shit. You just have cool stories though. Like, and if you listen, say something funny then. I don't know. What do you want me to say?
even plan. You can't even.
You can't
do
plan
that.
it.
No,
you can't plan it. You can't do it. But you have,
When you get
have
famous
interesting stories.
And you have like 100K followers. Which is what you get.
100K
Now,
followers.
why are you laughing? She's gonna get famous. I'm gonna share this shit all over. Don't laugh.
Terrific. Well, listen, I'm sorry that this was too serious for you. You have amazing stories and you have an amazing attitude about motherhood, which is why I wanted you here. Not because you're a military wife, not because you're going back to be a student, not because you're PPD. I wanted you on because I think that you have a different attitude and viewpoint towards motherhood than many other people do, and that's sort of the point of this. You know? Sweet.
Yeah.
Well,
Groovy.
here's your chance to do something funny. I don't know. Okay, well, I'll ask you a question and see what comes into your head.
go.
I hope it's funny, and if it's not, then people will be so disappointed.
Hit me.
What is, and here, how about this?
Okay.
You can give me two answers. You can
Okay.
give me like a funny answer and then your like heartfelt answer.
Okay.
What is something you wish? Oh my god.
What is something?
Please focus.
I'm ready.
What is something you wish you knew before becoming a mom that you know now? And I'll take a sip for a spit take.
The literal first thing that I thought of was cleaning shit out of a tub. Like, you don't understand how many times you're going to have to clean shit out of a tub.
Like literal shit.
Like literally scooping shit and putting it into the toilet, and then like trying to figure out how to finish giving a bath while there's shit floating in the tub.
I think
Like-
you've like if you had any worries about
I feel like
not
that's also a
funny,
serious answer. Like, I'm dead serious.
You're dead serious. You scooped a lot of shit.
I
out of
scooped
the
a lot
tub.
of shit out of the tub, man. I'm telling you now.
I don't want to jinx myself because it
Don't.
will happen. Oh no,
No,
she's gonna shit in the
shit
tub.
Unless she's a real lady. Lily might be. Just like
Lily's a lady.
I haven't had the
I know.
blessing of meeting that little nugget yet.
I know because
But
she's asleep.
we love it. She's asleep.
Okay. Do you have a? Oh, is that your funny and serious answer? That
I feel like it is.
I think
feel
it
like
checks out.
Yeah, I think
it
we're ready.
checks out. Well, listen, Miss Brady, if you nasty, thank you for coming on. Thank you for drinking some wine in my backyard with me. You are an amazing mom.
Thanks.
I love your attitude all the time.
Sweet.
And thank you guys for tuning in for my first nighttime episode, my literal nighttime episode. I know I always say good evening to you, but we're filming at night here. Hello. And please feel free to follow us on all kinds of social media. I will certainly post it at the end of this, and have a great night.